Good evening and welcome. I'm Sheila Balgobin and I am the Dream Decipherer, and I help you to crack the code of your sleep and dreams so you can sleep sound and dream deep. This evening I will be looking at the second part of my sleep and relationship series, and I look at the impact of sleep on men. So, ladies, if your partner or spouse is around, they might want to have a listen, or you might want to play this back for them. And the first thing I want to tell you is that the quality of sleep will affect your life in all kinds of ways, not only in terms of how you feel, but how you relate to your partner or spouse. So, while many people will feel that sleep is vastly overrated, it's really important for our sexual health. Both men and women need proper sleep for good sexual function. And that old cliche about not tonight, I'm tired, is not necessarily a cliche. It happens to be true. We're working all kinds of hours, some of us unsociable hours as well. And we're speeding up the pace of life and are just too tired, don't have the energy. Sexual energy is excess energy. So if you haven't got any, you're not going to be even want to be bothered, much less be able to perform. So this push to go all the time without stopping to rest is actually detrimental because we need that sleep time for our body to do essential repair work, to consolidate memory, and to get ourselves rested for the next day. But let's look at some of the issues that are particular to men and sleep. Now, the first thing is that during sleep, men's bodies produce testosterone, and which plays, as we all well know, a huge role in a man's sexual function. It not only drives his libido and that of women as well, but we produce it in much less quantity and contributes to being able to have and maintain an erection. In a 2011 study conducted by the University of Chicago, it they took a look at a group of young men who participated in a sleep and testosterone study. And what they found was after just a week of sleeping less than 5 hours a night, the men's testosterone levels dropped by 10 to 15%. And as testosterone levels and have been dropping, particularly in the West, for the last couple of decades now, that the motility means lower fertility, which means a falling birth rate, which is what we're seeing happen in the West at this point in time. Now, the other thing that is impacted in terms of a man and sleep is his judgment starts to, particularly around sex, starts to go a bit wonky. Uh, when sleep deprived, men can misjudge a woman's sexual interest. They do that when they're not sleep deprived. So imagine when they are. They really don't get it. And no doesn't necessarily mean no. So what they found is that in a small study conducted in Arkansas at Hendrix College, a group of 60 students were polled after just one night of sleep deprivation. And what they found was that when the men had less sleep, they tended to rate women's sexual interest and intent much higher than they did when they were well rested. So, in other words, they were overestimating not only the women's interest, but probably their ability to follow through. Though, interestingly enough, this was not the case for women. Their perceptions of men's sexual interest and intent did not change at all after a night of poor sleep. And there are probably biological reasons for that, but that's for another day. Another couple of issues that will affect a man's sleep as well as his health in general, is that of sleep apnea, and something that's really talked about a lot these days, erectile dysfunction. Sleep is not only important for erections, but past research has linked obstructive sleep apnea with erectile dysfunction. Now, for those of you who may not be sure what that exactly means, it just means erectile dysfunction means that you can't get or maintain an erection. Back in 2011, the Mount Sinai Medical Center in New York reported on a study done with over 800 middle-aged men. And what they found that in this age group in particular, men with erectile dysfunction were more than twice as likely to suffer with obstructive sleep apnea. And it was the apnea was even more common in men with extreme or severe cases of erectile dysfunction. Now, there may be various reasons why sleep apnea occurs. It could be from alcohol or drug use, it could be from being overweight, there could be a problem with the palate, soft palate. There could be any number of reasons, but there is apparently a link between erectile dysfunction and sleep apnea. Now, one of the interesting things around this study that some men had expressed concern about being less attractive to a partner because of a use of what they call CPAP machines, which help to regulate sleeping during sleep for people who suffer with sleep apnea. But that isn't the truth. A recent study done showed that um, when they looked at men who use CPAP machines versus men who did not, the level of interest that they got from their partners or potential partners was no different. So it didn't make a difference whether they used a machine or not. I think that was a kind of the vanity that men should be men and don't need anything to keep them going. But if you need a CPAP machine, use it. If you're having problems sleeping, you may want to consider adjusting your bedtime rituals. For example, try to minimize stress, which we're all trying to do these days, and find ways to help yourself to relax at night. Some people may find it helpful to shut off all electronics, no Wi-Fi in your bedroom. Keep all the hot wires for yourself and not for your equipment. But shutting off or removing Wi-Fi from your bedroom before bedtime and placing it as far away as you can get it may help. Doing things like putting essential oils in a burner or diffuser, oils that you find relaxing, listening to music, and yes, if you have the energy, even making love are just some of the ways that you can relax so you can fall and stay asleep. So not only will you sleep better, but you'll love better. If the problem, however, persists, you really need to see your doctor to find out what exactly is going on and what suggestions they may have with regard to how you can deal with your sleep issues, as well as perhaps other issues that may be going on in your bedroom. But in the end, the best way to maintain a happy relationship, not only with yourself, but with your partner, is to get sufficient amounts of sleep. Whether it means shortening your lunch hour and taking half an hour to have a power nap during the day, whatever it is, find ways to reduce the amount of stress, to develop a routine or ritual that will train your brain to relax and slow down before going to bed, as well as removing Wi-Fi from the bedroom. I can't tell you how many clients I have told just to remove the Wi-Fi from their bedroom, and their days or weeks or even years of sleeping badly diminish or disappear completely. So there you have it. In the third and final part of this series, I will be looking at the impact of sleep on women and their relationships. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Have a great evening and a wonderful week to come, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.